everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, and I don't know if you guys know. If you don't, you're about to know, but I am a children's nurse and I work in a children's hospital in London. And I thought I would do a video today on all of the things that I personally think I need to survive my 12-hour shifts at work. I start at 7:30 in the morning or in the evening if I'm doing a night shift, and I finish at 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. So it's a long day and there are many things that I feel I need to get me through. So let's get straight on into this video and let me show you what I feel I need as my nursing essentials. The first thing is a calculator. Obviously, as a nurse, we have to do lots of medicine calculations, especially with pediatrics, so children. We have to work out a lot of medications in terms of their weight. So having a calculator, or even if you want to just use your phone to use your calculator on, we all have phones nowadays with calculators on, or most of us do. But having a calculator is obviously very handy, and I got this cute little one from Tiger. If you are obviously a maths whiz and you don't need one of these and you can just do mental maths, then that is amazing and I'm very jealous. But I feel like I wouldn't survive my nursing shifts without a notebook. I'm one of these people that if I write something down, then I am more likely to remember it. And with so many things to think about in nursing, I feel like anything that's really important for me to know, or anything that's really relevant, I always note things down in here. Also, people note down things like their millions of passwords for millions of different systems. So obviously it's important that these little notebooks aren't lost if you are going to put that sort of information in there. But I always think it's very handy to have a little notebook just to write little things down that you want to remember. This one here I got from Amazon, and it's got a little smiley face on it, and it says show your smile, and it has like little quotes inside. So I thought, you know, that's a cute little touch to kind of make me smile when I need to write some notes. Next thing is a water bottle. Now obviously 12-hour shifts are super long, and it's really important to keep as hydrated during my shift as I can. I'm not going to lie, some shifts which are super busy, it's so difficult to actually drink as much as I would like. But I know that if I have my bottle to hand, then I'm more than likely to want to drink. Obviously if I don't have my bottle there, I'm not going to drink at all. So I have my trusty chili bottle which I bought from Amazon, and I've just popped my name on it with a sticker that I also bought from Amazon, just in case there was anybody at my workplace that had the same bottle as me. At least I know that they're not going to steal it. Next thing is a pair of scissors, and a good pair of scissors. So obviously these are always handy to have in case you need to cut a bandage off an intravenous cannula. We put bandages on children so that they are less likely to rip out or pull out their IV cannulas, and obviously we need these to take off the bandages or to cut them down because they're too big for the child. I mean, we use scissors for all sorts of different things, cutting tape, etc. So it's always handy to have a pair of scissors. Pens, and lots of them. It's always really good to have lots of pens handy. One, because you'll always get someone who wants to borrow a pen. More times than not, it's doctors that want to borrow your pens, and then you will never get them back. So always make sure that you give them the non-pretty ones that you don't want to lose. But yeah, there's always somebody that wants to either borrow your pen, or you misplace a pen, or your pen runs out. So yeah, always have loads of pens and make sure they are black ink, because in nursing we are not allowed to document in any other colours, so it has to be black ink. Hand cream. Hand cream is a saviour, especially because at the moment we are constantly wearing our gloves and our PPE, which makes your hands more dry, and we wash our hands multiple times in the day. Now they do normally have moisturizers at hospitals, but I personally don't think they do much for my hands, so I always have my own little hand cream. This is a Cath Kidston one, which I've got at the moment, but the Body Shop ones are also really good, and they are small enough to fit in our pockets, and it's just nice to have like your own little moisturizer instead of using the hospital ones if they obviously don't do anything for you. These are things that I obviously don't carry on me, but they're always handy to have when you go to work. Some deodorant and some perfume. So yes, this is a men's deodorant. I have been using men's deodorant for a few years now. I find that it's so much better than women's. And I have my trusty little travel perfume extractor, which is actually empty, so I need to put some more in there. But it's always good to have some deodorant and some perfume just to freshen yourself up at the end of the day or in the middle of your day, once you've had your break, if you even get a break. So it's just nice to feel fresh and to smell nice. At the hospital, I personally feel like it's really a dry environment. I don't know if it's because of the oxygen that circulates in the building, or, you know, I don't actually know what it is, but I always find that I have super dry lips on shift. And to be honest, since I've been wearing the masks at work as well, it's made it a lot worse. They feel a lot more dry. So lip balm is my friend. I always have some sort of lip balm with me, just to give myself a little moisturization of the lips, and it just helps me feel a lot better. If I didn't have one of these, honestly, I think I probably moisturize my lips maybe like 10 times per shift, no exaggeration. My lips just become so dry at work, so this is definitely an essential to avoid dry, cracked lips. Coffee, caffeine is my friend. I honestly don't think that I could survive 12-hour shifts without caffeine, and people who do survive the shifts without caffeine, I don't know how you do it, honestly. So this is one of my favorite coffees. It's just a little one, but it's so nice. It's just a barista premium smooth Americano coffee, but obviously you can have any coffee. But honestly, I could not survive my shifts without at least 1 or 2 coffees. I definitely have one in the morning as soon as I wake up, and depending on how I feel later on in the shift, I might have another one as well. I am very sensitive to coffee, so if I have one too late in the day and I'm working the next day, it will keep me up for a long time during the night. But honestly, coffee is just life. It really is. Not even for nursing, just in general. Now listen guys, nursing is not a glamorous job. It really isn't. I mean, we clean up bodily fluids most of the time, and you know, I don't wear makeup to work since COVID happened. What's the point in wearing makeup when you're just gonna sweat and melt it off with your masks that you wear all day? And it's not glamorous, and that also goes for nursing shoes. Now listen, they might not look amazing, but nursing isn't a fashionable job, okay? And as long as they are comfortable, that is the main thing. When you are on your feet for so many hours, it doesn't matter what they look like, it matters how they make your feet feel. Now, I got these shoes. My boyfriend always laughs at these shoes because he thinks they're hideous, but you know what? I bought these shoes before I started my nursing degree. That's how long they've lasted me. I did a degree for 2 years. They got me through many placements. I have now been qualified for about a year and a half almost, and they are still good to go. I mean, these bad boys have done so many steps throughout my shifts and they are still going strong. So, you know, they aren't pretty, that's for sure, but they are super comfortable and they definitely get me through the long hours. Another thing that no nurse can live without is obviously an ID badge. Most of these ID badges are used to get into the buildings, are used to get into changing rooms or various different places throughout the hospital. So if you forget your ID badge, which I'm obviously not gonna show up close, you're pretty much gonna have to annoy all of your colleagues to let you into places because you're not gonna be able to get in anywhere. So yeah, ID badge is very, very important, as well as a lanyard for your ID badge. Obviously you wear it to show patients and obviously other working staff members who you are. On there I also have another huge essential for me, a little fob watch. This one here I bought from Amazon. I think it's so lovely, and these are just really handy for when you are counting your patients' respiratory rates, so how many times they're breathing within a minute, or if you are counting their heart rate, their pulse rate for a minute. These are just really handy for that, and also for checking the time. Obviously you'll see pretty much 99% of nurses with a fob watch because they're just essential. When a patient has decreased conscious levels, it affects the reaction to light, so it's really handy to have those. But if you also do a lot of night shifts, it's useful to have some sort of light, because it can be quite difficult to see what is in your surroundings when you're doing patient cares or patient's observations. So yeah, a torch is very handy. And I'd say the final essential for me, I mean, apart from things like a good lunch or, you know, plenty of food to keep you going on your shift, last thing I would say is a shift planner, or something very similar to this, which basically just has the names and ages of the patients that you are looking after, and then it has the whole 12-hour time of your shift so that you can plan out your day. You know when to give your medications, you know when to do your observations. You can write, I normally write on the back, so I split my page into 3 or 4 depending on how many patients I have, and I write down their information of why they're in, what they've come in with, their background, etc. So I write down all the information that I need. Obviously it's really challenging when you have 3 or 4 different patients that you're looking after. Keeping all of the information in your head of what you need to do for them and what time is just, it's honestly impossible. So having a good written shift planner is going to make your day so much more structured, so much easier to follow, and you can just tick things off as you go along. You can add things on that you need to, At the bottom there's also a things to do today if they've got any outstanding things that need doing from the previous shift, and important information. So if they've got any allergies, if there's any restricted visitation, if there's any safeguarding. So yeah, I honestly couldn't survive a shift without a good structured shift planner. So guys, that is everything for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you've got any other questions or any other videos that you would like me to see or do, if there's any other videos nursing related you would like me to do, please leave them in the comments down below. I would be more than happy to do them for you. And I really hope that you enjoyed this nursing essentials video. If you are a nurse yourself and there is anything that I haven't included in this video which you feel like is an essential for you, also let me know down below. I would love to know what you have in your daily shifts, nightly shifts that you need to survive your long hours. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon.